this time you are getting your first um, your first credit as a writer. So I would love to know everything about it in 4 minutes. I mean, how was it? How was this first time as a writer?
Um, as much as it sounds like a really lovely credit to have, and I'm grateful for it, and I work hard. I didn't write the film. You know, Kelly Marcel wrote the film, but I was in the think tank for the story. We created the story together, me and Kelly, and so that was fantastic because we had an opportunity to create our own sandbox to play in, and then stand responsible. But every step of the way,
Right.
the studio had to say whether or not they were happy with where we were going with it. But we looked at the first one together, and we all thought from Sony and Kelly and I, and like what works and what doesn't. What did we like and what did we not like? The critics, they didn't like it very much, and so but the fans and the audience, they liked it. And we like doing it, what did we like and what can we work on and what can we develop and how would we approach it differently if we could, and if we could, and we knew that Cletus was where we wanted to go. We knew Carnage was, an imperative element and an essential element. But it's like, who else do we have, And I remember asking studio, I said, please, can we pitch a story to you at least, like for the second one, before we go out to tender. And like, yeah, sure, no problem, go ahead. And so Kelly and I went away and we're like, come on, what's good, what isn't good? And we know we got Carnage, and let's look at who's Sony got, who have we got, who can we play with? And we found Shriek. We're like, oh wow, that's so cool. And then we found like then a lot of music came involved as well. There's this brilliant rapper called Little Sims from the
Mm-hmm.
UK, and she and her, and Shriek and there were started to create this visual in my mind about how that could look and work, and the tone and the music, and what we'd like to do with it. And plus we love retro movies, so we throw back to everything from Ghostbusters to Beverly Hills Cop, and try to bring up the stories that we loved when we were kids. And Kelly
Right.
and just like riffed loads of ideas, and so did I. And then we presented it and the studio accepted it, and we went to the drafts, and the drafts are cross-checked by every executive. About you can't just push things past people, right? It's like it becomes a collaboration, and you're
Yes.
part of a much bigger piece than just me and Kelly.
How are you? Woody, good to see you again.
Good to see you. How's it going?
Hey, we're alive. We're good, right?
Good, good.
It
Where
could
are you?
be. I'm in LA. Just
Oh, okay.
just came back from my vacation in Italy. I
Oh,
wanted to stay there
nice.
forever, but yeah.
I know. I love it over there. Oh my
I
God.
know. It's already known that you can do whatever you'd like when it comes to acting. But when it comes to twisted characters, you have this special you have this special touch. And and this time it's like this is a horrible human being and you still make us root for him sometimes. And understand the poor kid.
Well, I'm always much more interested in a villain who has, multiple shades or, idiosyncrasies or whatever. I do feel like inside of the character of Cletus Cassidy, just from his youth and everything, well, there's no serial killer who got a lot of love in childhood, right? So, one of the things that just animates his story is the desire to be loved. He wants to be friends with Eddie Brock. For some reason, he's just fixated on Eddie Brock. And so, it plays an important part in the story. And I do think that there are some things that he's very childlike in nature in many ways. So that can be sometimes a little bit endearing in spite of the fact that he's a serial killer.
And being directed by Andy, talk to me about it because he's a master of CG.
Well, I got to say, it was incredibly disconcerting when I found out that Ruben Fleischer wasn't doing the second Venom because one of the main reasons I did it, in spite of the fact that, including the fact that I love Tom Hardy, I think he's a phenomenal actor, and you know, who doesn't want to be in the Marvel universe, was I had Ruben, and I knew that Ruben would be in control of this next incarnation of the movie that I didn't know that's going to be. It was a leap of faith. So when he bowed out, it was really concerning to me. And when Andy Serkis came on board, it really made me so happy because I trust that guy implicitly. He's a very good buddy of mine. And it was a great experience because, like you say, there's no one in CG motion capture who's, he's a genius. And
Yes.
So it was nice to be in the hands of someone who definitely has an attitude, opinion, a sense of what the story can be, and can bring it to life in the film.
We're running out of time. Muchas gracias, Woody.
Oh, gracias to you. Nice talking with you.
Thank you.